verres.
Allez, on va goûter?
On prend les verres.
Natural wine is extremely alive and keeps on telling a story. The soil, the wind, the weather, the history of a place liquefied in a bottle of wine. Every January, I do what I call la chasse au vin. It's called wine hunting. And I'll basically drive 3,000 kilometers across France and find great wine that I'm able to bring to the United States.
Merci.
And today, I think it's the day 10 of the wine hunt. We're in Gaillac, at la Ferme du Verre, chez Jérôme. The birthplace of sparkling wine in France is Gaillac.
Merci.
Il se dégaze en fait. Ouais, alors
C'est un peu le cric-cric.
Ouais.
Even though people may think it was champagne, here in Gaillac, we have 2,000 years of bubble history.
On voit que la bulle est fine, toute petite, que ça part bien.
The terroir here is a very specific soil, which is called l'amoureuse. It means in love, because it's this very thick red clay that sticks to your boots when you walk in it.
Ce petit bourgeon, il va donner ça.
Ouais.
D'accord? Impeccable.
So the wines are a little peppery, a variety that thrives in clay soils.
Santé. Non, mais t'es d'accord que ça tue.
C'est énorme. By l'Occitanie, it's all the south of France. Here, we're in the southwest. There's a great identity in terms of the geography, architecture, the light, the weather, the wind, the cuisine.
Bon, mais on va goûter des nouveaux trucs alors, super.
C'est Jérôme qui a apporté d'Angelou.
It's a really special region to discover, which is kind of off the beaten track.
Toi, tu fais des bulles?
Un petit peu. Pas
Ah
beaucoup.
bon?
Ouais.
C'est confidentiel? Ça reste à Gaillac?
Oui.
Exactement. Voilà.
It's not really exported that much. You really have to come here to discover it. Salut Charlotte, ça fait du bien de vous voir. Ça fait plaisir de vous voir, ouais, super. Allez, des bons hugs à l'américaine, ça fait du bien après 2 ans. Each time you walk in the vineyard, you see something different, something on the vines that changed, that will have an impact on the wine.
Je vais prendre une photo pour montrer aux Américains comment tu fais pour tailler. Vas-y.
Cahors is the birthland of Malbec, very inky, tannic, big. But the wines of Louis and Charlotte are very fresh.
Et vous, qu'est-ce qui vous a amené à la région? Parce que vous n'êtes pas du coin, vous n'êtes pas du cru.
On voulait se rapprocher de nos familles et on a découvert voilà, ce vignoble avec des terroirs extraordinaires, une vraie histoire, un vrai cépage.
The sand is going to give you wines that are very round, fruit-forward, and the limestone is going to give you this vertical energy with a lot of acidity and freshness. Well, it's magic to do something that you love with people that you love.
Vert, Mosaque rose, Mosaque brun.
2007, d'accord?
You know, you're not just selling a bottle of wine, you're selling a story of a person, of a place. You know, there's a sense of friendship, of camaraderie, of exchange, of... it's really fun.
Merci Jérôme. Santé.
Bienvenue. Bienvenue.
Oui, dans les yeux, dans les yeux.
Oui.
Durban is a thriving modern city in KwaZulu-Natal, home of the Zulu nation. Its people live a fast-paced 21st century life, yet many of them carry their traditions deep within them. I find that the traditional Zulu attire is so regal looking. Just the colors and the vibrancy, just beautiful. I traveled out of Durban to discover the Zulu way of life. I didn't realize how close the city is to the beautiful rolling hills of Heartland. I was excited to find people still living according to a proud, passionate heritage, not just respecting the old ways, but celebrating tradition joyously. I found people with an amazing zest for life, flashes of color everywhere. I was swept up in the drama, the noise, the excitement of it all. I mean, every photographer lives for those moments. It's something I'll never forget.
June 25, 1950. In Asia, war breaks out on the Korean Peninsula as forces from the communist north invade the non-communist south. The United States soon joins the fighting on the side of South Korea. President Harry Truman.
Korea is a small country, thousands of miles away. But what is happening there is important to every American.
1876. In Montana, the Battle of Little Bighorn. That's where Lieutenant Colonel George Armstrong Custer and his 7th Cavalry are wiped out by Sioux and Cheyenne Indians. 1973. On Capitol Hill, former White House counsel John Dean begins testifying before the Senate panel investigating the Watergate scandal.
I began by telling the president that there was a cancer growing on the presidency, and if the cancer was not removed, the president himself would be killed by it.
The scandal forces Richard Nixon to become the first president to resign the following year. 1903. George Orwell, the author whose novels include Animal Farm and 1984, is born Eric Blair in Bengal, India. And 1997.
The reason why I love the sea, I cannot explain. That was the way it happened to me.
Jacques Cousteau, the underwater explorer and filmmaker, dies in Paris at age 87. Today in history, June 25th. Tim McGuire, The Associated Press.
Welcome back in our studio, and in today's news,